Yeah, man. Benjamin Cowbunga here. Jedi Master. Obi Ben Kenobi. Check it. It is a nice day. Fuck yeah. Already been surfing. Just washing my clothes and going for a swim. But yeah, I just wanted to say, if actually I might go back here out of the wind a bit, because sometimes that affects the video. Gets in the microphone. Oh, this seat's going to be hot. Oh no, it's good. I made it with the right material. So if you're, let's get to the point of the video. I was just thinking as I rocked up, if you're following the rules, and this video is called Don't Let the Game Game You. Don't let the game game you, because it is a game. You didn't make this place, you fucking weirdo. Acting like you're God, you made this place, yeah. Show me like any evidence whatsoever. It's a big claim. Looks more to me, from my experience, like I'm not from here, and I'm being extracted for my sovereign spiritual special stuff. Let's just call it that. The higher light. All higher light unfolds as well. You've heard this thing of unfolding. As we're progressing, we're unfolding. Where from, my friends? Just from the dark matter. Is that where it's from? Right, so anyway, I'm insinuating higher dimensions and a down-dimensional creation model, which leaves us at the goddamn bottom, doesn't it? Anyway, don't be gamed by the game. What's this mean? I was unfolding it, I was unpacking this download as I walked out here on this nice beautiful sand. It's like, yeah, true. When you follow the rules, I noticed that you just get gangbanged. You may as well be in a porno. You just get gangbanged, man. Like, they line you up better. It's like, instead of getting raped in the street, that way they put you in one of those guillotine things where your hands are in there, the movie Dogtown, how they do that to her in the street. That's what it feels like. You just get more channeled into a secure position to get fucked up the arse. That's what it appears to be like if you follow the rules, doesn't it? Play a character. Play a player. Well, isn't that true? Can anybody who is a player character, I don't care what you NPCs think, nobody gives a fuck anymore. We're trying to break free, not break unfree, to Newspeak. Maybe they'll understand. So yeah, don't let the game game you, because I've noticed, there's no rules I've got to follow. I'm on this divine path. I've done all sorts of shit. I'll tell you what. And, been protected for certain things. I don't want to talk about individual experiences, but as you can all imagine, I'm pretty gnarly. And you've all pretty much realized how gnarly I am by this point, I think. I don't know, I've been really restricted on YouTube, like really restricted, and I'm coming back down to the planet after the eschaton, so I'm back in my body doing all this martial arts and stuff. I used to fight a lot when I was in school because organic portals would piss me off to no avail. I realized in like year 7, year 8, I stopped fighting people because I thought I can't fucking fight everyone, and most of them are fucking idiots, so I'm just going to run into idiot after idiot. So I've got to go with another strategy because it's highly annoying to have to fight everyone, So that's basically what happened to me. It's not like I got, scared or something. I was also like, well, I could get in trouble, wind up in jail. That is a bit scary, but that wasn't the predominant, decision-making mechanism. It was like just the numbers thing. It was like, yeah, it's just... But then later I have realized, like, you surmount them, and like you surmount someone stronger than them and they don't come at you because you already beat someone like a bigger boss than them to enter back into game theory. They know you've defeated someone more evil than them, so they don't bother. Have you guys noticed that? About these organic poodles and their attacks? Endless attacks. Oh, he's done an air. Yeah, so don't let the game you, you know, because every time I follow the rules, it's like I'm just lined up to get fucked easier. I mean, you're getting fucked all the time, right? You can't constantly, like, being here as a fuck. You're getting fucked up the arse as being in this domain, in this realm, in this world. So, it's not yours to begin with. This was clearly a game. Like, if you enter Donkey Kong, and you go through the stages, and maybe there's a couple of special stages and the higher dimensions and this ascension stuff into what? It seems the primary masculine spiritual matrix, right? And down here in matter matrix is Mrs. or Mother Nature, right? Secondary feminine matrix. What I find interesting is how women catch up to this stuff. Very interesting. Take note of that. Anyway, you know, new ideology. Of course, there's always women on the forefront as well. You'll notice, like, I really think that quote about the women waking up and moving mountains is very important from the Dalai Lama, because, you know, like, one woman can wield like 100 men. You know what I mean? Like, more, right? Millions these days on social media. You know what I mean? So it looks like they're gonna hold the power, because I can't even get as many followers as a chick because I don't have tits. You know what I mean? It's just that, the sex appeal part. That's enough. They've already won. And we're just like sitting here waiting. So hurry the fuck up, women. Jesus Christ. Band together, but like properly, not for this neurotic control, for freedom, for strength. So that means you don't go against real men. I think you knew where I was going with all that. Anyway, I'm back to what I was talking about. Don't get gamed by the game, because I've noticed when you follow the rules, you know, sorry, I like to tease in other video ideas to these videos these days, because, you know, it's a couple of years old, this channel now. So I refer to like past philosophies to tie it in and stuff. Anyway, don't want to get too complex and rigmarole, they'll lose everyone. So the game is something that's happening upon you. It's happening to you. Oh yeah, I'm from consciousZine.net. I've heard those enlightenment philosophies of, you know, you're the god, you attract everything and nothing's happening to you, it's just responding to you. And there is a response, right? But you have to admit, this thing is flickering at a very, very high rate, consciously speaking, compared to what you're flickering at. So I think you're all not getting the picture. It's happening to you. Trust me, take another look. It's happening to you. Everybody's like, oh yeah, it's responding to me, I'm a god. I'm one of you, I know what you're talking about. But take another look, it's happening to you. You're in this thing. It's a trap. You're in it, you're inside it. You're in the body, right? You're in the matter chrysalis. But yeah, your body is the beast's body, right? The beast is the god of this place. In Clownverse, I'm just looking at this fucking clown down there with a pink hat. This big dude with a lady, and they were just, for some reason, just looking at me so much just then. Like I'm clearly just sitting here talking on my phone. And they, you know, that's like gaslighting all the way from down there, like looking at me several times like I'm recording them or something. Oh, the hive. It's really good to know this stuff now, hey? Like I feel so good with this knowledge, like it's so burdenous, but it's also very helpful, right? It's helped me avoid a lot of problems. I'd probably be in jail if I didn't know about this stuff by now. And if I didn't see it, you know, when I was younger, before I read about it, you know, when I was older. So now that I've read about it and experienced it as a young person, and I'm still experiencing the gang stalking, it's very helpful, you know, to understand these terms like hive mind and what's really going on with it. Not just in a neutral sense, you know. I'd hate to say it, but the negative parts of it. Because they're impacting you. It's happening to you, you know, upon you. You're inside this machine, man. Can't you look everywhere around you? You're inside the fucking thing. It's a game. Game theory is above simulation theory. So people have talked a lot about simulation theory over the last, 5 years now. Since that got grounded into science with the ones and zeros being found in physics, right? In their equations. Very interesting. So, just notice that organic portals are simulating. Everything they do is a mimic and a simulating. Right? They're simulating. It's crazy. We've got the game The Sims. I mean, this shit is like, it's a circus, remember, so it's laughing at you. This place has like a sense of humour, a sick sense of humour. Don't forget that DMT has showed us this place has a circus archetype. It's a very high archetype of this place. It's not just all love and all this stuff, like, oh my god. To just pretend you're living in a fairy tale in this place is kind of ignorant. I mean, I know that we can set our life up like that, and that's fine, and it is a higher path, right? You can set up your life like a quest. I remember Terence McKenna talking about that. I'm like, yeah, good, he knows too. I always realise that for myself, because I've always been very questy. I'm still questy. I'm always questing. Right? I'm road tripping all the time. I love it. Anyway, so let's get back on track. So if you follow the rules, I noticed that the game just can game you easier, and watch what happens when you don't. The whole thing crashes in on you, right? And I've been an experiencer of this. Like, it's called a matrix attack, all this, right? Like, this all really happens. And all these people who say otherwise, they're the bots. They really are the NPCs. They just think they're normal people and everything is as it should be. Everything is as you see it to be, right? Because I say this place is like a lure. You know, like if a fish is in the water and a lure lands there, he's like, oh yes, I got, dinner, or I got lunch. And then he ends up becoming lunch. That's what nature is, a lure for spirits. That's my quote. Nature is a lure for spirits. Yeah, it's very pretty. I love the flowers too. Look at me kneading my feet in the sand. It feels all good and all that. But don't forget that, your whole body can be controlled by pain. And what happens when you don't eat, guys? The whole body is set up as this prison to control you. It's very difficult to master. That's why fasting is really good, because it helps you master just your mind, your will force, which is very, very spiritual, and which is the main 10th dimensional part and pranically related bit of your life force that they're trying to always steal the most. Sure, they like your chi, it's 5th dimensional, gives a certain energy and so on, but and alignment and all this stuff, and sure, they love Reiki, feels good, blah blah blah, Diksha and all that, but they love the prana, right? And that's what I'm saying, these are not all the same energies. Chi is not prana, prana is not chi, they're different, and they're different dimensional, and I'm the first person in this world to say that. I don't think anybody else has even caught up yet. Go try and find that out from anybody. Reiki is a different dimension, again, energy. But then, some people term them all the same thing. They say, oh, the universal energy, and they think it's this one thing. That's still on organic portal level, whether they've got a good heart or not, right? It's kind of like they're, I don't want to say young awakened, but it's like they're underthought, under-philosophized, under-realized or something, I don't know. I really don't know how to put it. It seems to me like they're organic portals, so I'm just going to sit there, but it kind of sounds like too glib for me to say that. That's why I was avoiding saying that, but seems to me like they're organic portals, just in the same way that these People, you know, the people on stage, remember the video I put up about like twin flames, you're a half soul. You know, it's like immediately something, an alarm bell rings for me. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, so don't let the game you. Just keep in mind it's a game, because the NPCs don't. They take it very seriously. We're getting out of here, so we don't need to take it so seriously like them. They're trapped here, and I think some part of them deep down knows it or something, you know? They can sense it. You know what I mean? It's like if a bird has its wings clipped, I'm damn sure it can sense that its wings are clipped. You know what I mean? It's like you cut off a dog's balls. See what happens if you cut off your Rottweiler's balls, you know, like they fucking change. These animals are not stupid, they're sentient, as much as you are sentient in your body, which is lower light. Remember, that's not higher light. That's just sense stored electrical waves. That's the electrical field, the unified field. That's Kundalini at best. Fourth dimensional at best. Really. Anyway, just don't let the game you, because that's what it's trying to do. The whole game is to trap you here. I still got to read David Icke's book, The Trap, but I'm pretty stoked that he called it The Trap. When he said that, I was like, yes, because I'm in the middle of writing Soulless Anthropoids, not humans right now. So he comes out with that book right at the start of this year, I think it was, and at the start of 2024, and I'm like, yes, that's a sweet name, The Trap. And he's talking about reincarnation as a trap as well, and I'll be going on about that for a couple of years as well. I've realised that now, because I always thought it was weird. I had these so-called indigo Blu-rays, and I thought they were weird. And now, looking back, I think they were all important. And the Matrix just has them at that level. It's sucked from all of us self-spirited higher light body humans, you know, over eons. It's done this over centuries, and it's, you know, we're at the end of this historical cycle. So I dare say it's kind of figured the basics out. Like, it knows about the dimensions, the upward hierarchy, and so on, right? And this would fall under the demiurge. You know, if you realise all the stuff about that, how it's trying to make God think it's not God, even. Yeah, it's very rigmarole and tricky, because it's the same thing as I used to talk about the surface virus. Is that the issue? And then you'd have Flat Earth Paradise channel come out with that overlay, artificial overlay stuff, and I thought, oh yeah, that sounds very similar to this idea of surface virus, you know. But yeah, those bots, like, they seem to always just like be the rules, right? It's like the rules are reality for them, and we don't just bend the rules, we need to be breaking them, because they're a black alliance. They're trying to make reality slower, denser, harder. Have you noticed? So what we do is the opposite, right? Enlightening the system, putting more into it, its expansion, so on and so forth. So I mean, we should really be able to just tell these people very quickly in conversation, only a few sentences on a, you know, an enlightening topic. You should be able to realise, you know, is this person what we call awake and self-aware, right, with light body active? Have they undergone, you know, spiritual awakening properly? And then they're only at the level of oneness, right? They all talk about oneness, and I remember that too. I was like, yeah, everything's one, and obviously it's just like the primero, the first initiation realization, right? But to think it stops there is very naive, don't you think? To just talk about it like that. It's like, because you'll just ignore everything. It's like, all I need to know is there's oneness in love. That's all I need to know. It's like, I don't know, that seems like the height of ignorance, you know what I mean? Anyway, so it's people like that that I find, they uphold the law, the rules, the rule, the people who are ruling over you. You see what I'm saying? Which may or may not be other alien races, for all we know at this point. But yeah, it's an interesting thing. I was listening to a video the other day, again by Terence McKenna, and he was like, no one's in control. Not the Greys, not the, you know, deep state. And, you know, I've had the same idea before, you know what I mean? Yeah, none of them are in control, you know. It's all a free-for-all. That's what I was saying. Don't let the game you. It's just a fucking free-for-all down here. This dude, he's got a nice pink hat and a fat beer belly. And for some reason they keep wanting to look. Alright. It's a fluoro pink hat, by the way. Just saying. So, yeah, it's a game. It's above simulation theory. Sure, they're simulating, but why are they simulating, my friend? Why are they even simulating to begin with? Sounds like someone's taking you a fool. Why would people be simulating these bots, these NPC people, which is like majority of people? Now I don't actually think it's majority of people, like 90% anymore. I mean, it's just that people are acting like them and people don't know the difference. That's why getting organic portals theory out there, NPC simulation, game theory out there is so important, because it's very easy to see this stuff. So if you're not one, you will eventually succumb to the truth of this information. You'll eventually realize it for yourself. You'll be like, fuck, these people do act this way. They really are bot-like, and so on, right? They just think they're normal. They can't even define that. They always use these ambiguous words, man, like normal and shit. Like, language is so imperfect here, and they've perfectly muddled the water of language to, you know, fuck up your creation. The whole thing is dastardly, this whole fucking thing. You're like, oh yeah, it looks nice. Well, you sit here and you get pecked at from your back by evil spirits, you know what I mean? They'd be behind me right now, pecking. Remember, shaman walking crystal. I'm experiencing so much more than I see regular people experience, because I'm multi-dimensional. So I'm sitting here. That's why sometimes it's hard for me to even speak. We can tell I'm not an idiot, right? But sometimes it's very hard for me to speak. I fuck up because something's happening in another dimension. You guys don't know, but I end up stuttering for some fucking reason. And you just think I'm high or something. You know, it's multi-dimensionality. So, anyway, if you let the game you, you're fucking shit. Don't let the game you. So what does that look like? Well, people think that means being nasty and playing everyone. No. You will accrue some serious bad karma that way, and you'll get trapped here faster. That is their game, to trap you here. So that all last remaining bits of higher light can be sucked out of you. All those little bits of higher light are going to get your whole light body. You won't even have any glowing code of awareness. You won't know where you are. You'll think this place is just life and that this is all there is, and you'll be trapped here forever. 1,000 incarnations before you get another chance to wake up. You know what I mean? That is the game. To down dimensionalize you, to freeze you here, to keep you here. That's what every fucking NPC is, a conglomeration of past entering energy into this system. Right, it did come from somewhere, remember? There is expansion and all this stuff. It wasn't all just bam, and then this is it. Right, we can see evolution happening. Oh, these people just hanging out the front. You gotta love it. Man, you gotta fucking love this shit. I just love when I catch this shit on video. It's like just, oh, they're gonna walk back past for a third time. So they come from that direction, they walked past, they walk past again, and now they're gonna walk past again. This is my life, that's why I record this shit. Some people are like, why are you recording people? Because they do fucking weird shit. That's why I'm fucking recording people, because they do fucking weird shit. Got any more dumb questions, you fuckhead? God, I love YouTube in 2024. Alright, I'm going for a swim, guys. Don't be gamed by the game. So, don't follow the fucking rules and lie your ass off to bots about it. But it's said that, in Indigo, we see everything as equal unless we're shown an idiot otherwise. So as soon as they show you they're a fucking piece of shit, treat them like the soulless fucking piece of shit they are. Don't let the game game you, because bots are the game. Remember? They're programs. Keep your head on, people. They're programs. Don't get too empathetical